Orthodox Christians in the Russian, Ukrainian and Belarusian capitals are reviving their religious traditions in a rather spectacular fashion today. 3 wooden churches are to be built in just one day, 24 hours, in Moscow, Kiev and Minsk to mark 1,020 years since the baptism of Russia. Let's see how they're doing. Talk to our correspondent Igor Ogorodnev, who's following the construction for us right now in Moscow. Evening to you. It's all going on behind you there, but how has that work progressed? Are they going to finish on time? And if so, when will that be?
Well, I've spoken to a few people here, and they're all assuring me that everything is going fine, that they're going to finish on time. And in fact, just looking at how these builders are working, they're working methodically, they're working calmly. In fact, some of them are finding time for a cigarette break and perhaps a tea break as well. So I have confidence in them in that respect. On the other hand, just looking behind me, the roof of the church still doesn't seem to be attached to the church itself, so there is still quite a lot of work to do and quite spectacular work still to be done. So we're hoping that they will finish by 8 in the morning, at which time we'll see the first service in this church.
Yeah, Igor, while you're talking, we're looking at the pictures there on screen. It's done into time-lapse photography. Quite spectacular what we could see there, the work that was done when it was speeded up. But why the rush? Why do they have to get this done so quickly? And what's the background to this whole story?
Well, you touched on this Russian tradition which apparently existed. I wasn't even myself aware of this, but apparently it was quite common during the Middle Ages and later on to build a church in one day. The whole community would get together and they would pull all their resources and they would build one of these simple churches which would just be necessary for performing the services. But that's not the only reason why they're doing this today. The other reason is that this confirms the friendship between the Slavic nations, between Belarus, Ukraine and Russia. That's one of the reasons this organization is doing it. And another one, this area in which this church is being built, it's a residential area. It doesn't seem to have a lot of old buildings, and having been built up mostly in communist times, it doesn't actually have many churches. So hopefully this isn't just a kind of media project for one day to be broadcast around the world. This will actually provide a service for the local community as well.
Okay, well, really interesting to see what's happening there. Looking at those live pictures now going on behind you. At least the weather's not too bad for tonight, not too cold, not too wet either. Igor Ogorodnev, catching up with you later to see how progress continues. Thanks for now.